Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken very short. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd down, McNabb. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Flex round! Flex round!
To throw on 2nd, McNabb. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Now McNabb. Going deep for Eifert. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
Check. Lion. 300.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Hey, let's go!
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Key 81.
They just get the play off. Now Vick. And finding the tight end Hooper. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Lion, 300, 300.
Move. Hey, 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 hey.
Salt. Wait, that's it.
2nd down, Vic. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Eagle, 44. Alpha.
Check three.
Lion. 300.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Salt.
Double dog.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing, Vic. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. A very solid gain of 27. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Alpha.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Orange. Double.
Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours?
Wait, that's it.
Vic operating on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Eagle. Orange.
You got 4.
Hey, Q9.
Now a 2nd down throw for Vic. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. McNabb. Flush to his right. On the right side, this is Miller. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Flex round.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Strong right.
Out of the gun, McNabb. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, McNabb eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this time out. And the pitch goes to Miller. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center that he's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And this will be a touchdown. Lamar Miller taking it in. And the Madden Elites are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the blocking, the offensive lineman, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Man
open left side is Brown. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Alpha, alpha.
From the gun, Vic. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ricky Williams, as the first half is winding down. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Gold with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Madden Elites offense trotting out again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Flex round! Flex round!
On third down, Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Hey, 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 hey. Four down, four down, four down.
East left snub.
Check 31, check 31.
Double, double.
Hatchet, hatchet.
Right to that.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
He is going to find Hill here. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Hey, let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
300.
Tight end's right. Four down, four down. Check motion, 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 motion.
A first down throw coming for Vick. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he gets it down to the 32. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
White 90. White 80.
On second down, Williams. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Mike's 54.
Alpha, alpha. Alpha, alpha.
We own them.
To throw, Vick. Man open, Rice. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
White 20. White 20.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go, motion, motion, motion.
Vick on second down, forced out to his left. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Jerry Rice, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
Yeah, nice catch. Nice catch. Touchdown. Nice catch, offense. Good job, offense.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And some room to work. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Ohio! Ohio!
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter.
Flex round! Flex round!
Max 50, max 50, max 50. Let's go, D.
From the gun, here's McNabb. Underneath for Miller. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Eagle, eagle. Wait, wait, wait.
So here's Vic following the interception. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
On first down, it's McNabb. A dump off to Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Ohio! Ohio!
Second down, McNabb. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. McNabb to throw. On the move to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw, McNabb. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Black over. Even. 4 down. Even. Base 24. Base 24. Wait.
The first carry now for Ricky Williams. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Brian Urlacher, the big middle linebacker, in on the stop.
When you think about big-time middle linebackers, you do think about the strength and the force that they play with, as we just saw there from Brian Urlacher. But what an athlete. Remember, he was a safety in college at the University of New Mexico.
And in the NFL Defensive Player of the Year back in 05, also Bears all-time leading tackler, almost 1,800 of them. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, let's go black you now.
Right there. 54 Mike.
On third down, Vic out of the gun. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
Over there. You're on an island.
Alpha, Alpha. Eagle, Eagle. Here we go. Let's go. Base 52. Orange, orange. Right to that.
Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
Here we go. Watch 7. Watch 7. Watch 7.
Lake, 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 Lake. Alpha, Alpha.
Throwing again, Vick on 2nd and 10. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Orange, orange. Hey, let's go black you now.
You don't want none of that.
Again, it's Vick.
Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get,
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Jeff. White 90. White 20.
3 down, 3 down.
Hey, let's go black you now.
Check, check.
Alpha, Alpha. Eagle, Eagle.
Hey, watch Sam, watch Sam. Check, Mike.
Vick operating on 1st down. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Mike's 54.
Hey, Lake, Lake. Base 24.
Wide.
Now a pitch out to Williams. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Ricky Williams, 33 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
That appeared like any routine NFL quarterback, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. I just think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush, And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed passes like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs. When necessary, they helped. Get him out of trouble.
And now out comes Minnesota. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Here's McNabb. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They're going to try and throw, and it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
White 20, white 90.
From the shotgun, it's Vick. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's brought down, but not before he Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Eagle, 44. Eagle.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Eagle.
Tight end right. Three down.
Stop.
Go.
Now a second down throw for Vic. Throw left side complete. It's Rice. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Eagle.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
120.
Here's Michael Vick. He finds Beckham complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Eagle. Orange.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that will be caught. but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty.
Hey, late.
45's the mic.
Orange. Salt.
Here we go.
They'll throw again. Here's Vic. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Orange. Hey, let's go black 2-9. Base 5-3.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Vic to the air again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Odell Beckham from 21 yards away. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go.
Watch tight end. 4 down.
Hey, 52, great.
Shift.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And his first pass is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
To throw is Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Buying time to his left. And he's got some space here. Space to run past the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Alpha.
3 down. Hey, check.
Eagle.
A 1st down throw coming for Vic. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Williams loses the football. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Michael Vick with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he knocks it through. Gold now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Madden Elite's offense coming back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On first down, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Brandon Graham in there to bury him for a loss of 11. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Run, run.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
He's going to air one out, and that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Come on now.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Great 15. Great 15. Great 15. Great 15.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Steps away to his left. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gold, gold. Gold, gold.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Black, black, come on.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
81, 81. Rip, rip. Tyson, Tyson.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Liz, Liz.
Get on the point right here.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down.
Hey, stat. 82, 82.
On play action, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
81, 81.
45's the Mike. 45's the Mike.
Great 57.
On play action, Wentz. He is going to find Hill here. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Gold, gold.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Hey, stash, stash. Liz, Liz.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, stash, stash. Lion, lion. Here, sit.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And McManus able to put it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting a 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Right 20.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards.
Eagle, eagle.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
White 90. White 90.
3 down. 3 down. Odd.
Lake, 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 Lake. Let's go.
From the gun, Vic eluding the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He's going to get it running right, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. On 1st and 10, Newton. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Newton on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20, 10, touchdown. Julio Jones. 64 yards, and his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And they'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go black 2-9.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
Lion. 300.
Second down, Vic. And he checks this one down to Williams. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Man open, Rice. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Vic readies to throw, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
4 down, check. 4 down.
Again, it's Vic. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Set. Right at the 8. 20.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
White 20. White 20. Double, double, double. White 20.
On the toss, here's Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
White 20.
I got it. I got it.
White 20.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Tight left, tight left. Hey, boys, we got 4.
White 20.
Now Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Blake, 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 Blake.
34, eyes on 34. Trips, trips.
Orange, orange.
He's mine, he's mine, he's mine.
White 20.
They'll try to throw it here. Vic finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
Hey, let's go black you now.
Tight, double tight. Double tight. Hey, 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 hey.
What is it?
To throw, Vic. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Cover the right.
Let's rock now.
4 down, 4 down. Alert.
They begin the drive with Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
We got 4.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Strong right. Strong right.
We're set. 180.
From the end zone, Newton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Do some. Say hi.
From his end zone, Newton on 3rd and long. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Get him, boys. Eight. I got one.
Gun.
Check, front step.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. It's caught. Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Tight ends on the wrinkle.
You're set. 180.
Hey, watch the edge.
Now Williams running left. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now Newton on first down. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme.
And all the way in for the touchdown. Randy Moss, 31 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And here now the offense heading back out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Vick operating on first down. And he fends him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. K'Wan Short able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Right, watch tight end.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
That's it, baby.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hey, let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Lake.
Check. You.
Wait, wait, wait.
1st down, Vic. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the 1st half. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gould now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Spins past him. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.